Ladies and gentlemen, there is a power within you that is mightier than circumstance, stronger than any obstacle, and more relentless than any force the world can throw at you. It is the power of belief, the unwavering certainty that everything, without exception, always works out in your favor. I say to you today, act as if everything always works out, not because it is easy, not because life guarantees you a smooth path, but because faith in the outcome is the first tool of victory. When you act as if success is assured, you do not wait. You do not hesitate. You do not bargain with fear. You move with the velocity of certainty. And in this world, certainty conquers all. Think for a moment. The one who moves boldly, with unshakable confidence, draws success to them like a magnet draws steel. When your mind expects greatness, greatness responds. When your spirit assumes triumph, every obstacle rearranges itself before you. The timid, the doubter, the complainer, they see every hill as a mountain. But you, who act as if the outcome is already yours, you see mountains as stepping stones. You move, you persist, you dominate. Understand this great truth. Obstacles are but the illusions of the fearful. To the mind that knows its destiny, setbacks are mere detours, not dead ends. Temporary defeat is the test that strengthens your will, and every test you pass multiplies your power. When you believe, action flows naturally. You do not need to be forced or pushed. You rise early with purpose. You labor long with passion. You endure storms with a smile, because you know the storm is shaping you, not stopping you. This world bows to the man, the woman, the leader, who walks with the quiet, thunderous confidence that everything is always working in their favor. So act as if it already is. Speak as if it already is. Work as if it already is. Carry yourself not as a beggar pleading with destiny, but as a creator commanding it. Because the truth is this, you do not wait for circumstances to crown you king. You declare yourself king, and circumstances obey. Go forth, hold your head high. Work with a relentless fire. Persist until the world reflects back to you the greatness you have already accepted in your mind. Act as if everything always works out, and watch as the world rushes to prove you right. The invisible hand that shapes the world around us is not fate, nor is it chance. It is belief. Every structure, every empire, every invention that has ever existed first lived in the unseen world of a man or woman's mind. Before there was evidence, before there was proof, there was belief. It is belief that precedes reality. It is belief that lays the foundation upon which all tangible success is built. If you can hold the vision of your goal firmly in your mind, if you can nurture it with unwavering faith, you will find that the world slowly, subtly, and then suddenly begins to mold itself around that vision. Belief is not passive. It is not a weak, wishful hope. It is an active, commanding force. It demands action, and action backed by belief has a power that no obstacle can match. When you truly believe that everything is working for your good, you walk differently. You speak with more certainty. You make decisions without fear. You move before you have every answer, because you know that movement itself brings the answers. Belief turns hesitation into speed, fear into excitement, and doubt into unstoppable energy. It creates an inner environment where failure cannot survive, because the mind is already living in the victory that the world has not yet caught up to. Too many wait for circumstances to change before they will believe success is possible. They wait for the evidence to appear before they commit to action. But that is not the path of greatness. The greatest among us act first out of belief, and the evidence is forced to follow. They do not hope for the world to approve. They do not plead for opportunity. They know, and that knowing bends reality to their will. When you carry yourself as if the outcome is guaranteed, life responds to that energy. People trust those who trust themselves. Opportunities open for those who act as if they cannot be denied. The unseen forces of life move mountains for those who dare to expect it. The man who believes he will succeed sees possibilities where others see dead ends. The woman who believes she is worthy will find doors opening even when others are locked out. Belief is the ultimate architect of reality. It gathers the materials, it commands the builders, it lays the bricks. You must plant the seed of belief so deeply in your soul that it is immovable. You must defend it against fear, against doubt, against the whispers of lesser minds who tell you to be realistic. Realism is the excuse of those who are too timid to shape their own destiny. Belief is the weapon of the conqueror. It is the engine of the creator. It is the shield of the visionary who refuses to bow to what is and instead demands what will be. So begin now. Believe with the intensity of a raging fire. See the unseen. Act as if the outcome is certain, because to the mind that truly believes, reality is not a prison. It is a canvas, and you are holding the brush. Faith is the spark that ignites motion. Without faith, action is hesitant, weak, and easily defeated. But when a man or woman moves with true faith, the kind of faith that feels destiny coursing through their very veins, every step becomes powerful. Every effort is multiplied. Faith drives action in a way that no logic, no external pressure, no shallow motivation ever could. It is the inner certainty that what is unseen will be seen, that what is not yet visible is already real in the deeper currents of life. When you possess this kind of faith, you do not wait for all conditions to be perfect. You do not sit idly, hoping the world will lay a path at your feet. You move because you know the path will appear beneath your steps. Action without faith is like a ship without a rudder, drifting, pushed around by every wave and wind. But action born from faith is a force of nature. It is deliberate, it is directed, it is impossible to stop. Every great achievement you have ever admired, every life-changing invention, every towering success, it all began when someone chose to act before they could see the full picture, driven by a deep, immovable faith that the picture would be completed through movement itself. Faith does not require proof. Faith is its own proof. It compels you to build even when you see no materials. It drives you to speak even when no one is listening. It forces you to climb even when you see no summit in sight. When you believe that everything works out for you, you are not paralyzed by the unknown. You do not stand frozen at the crossroads. You pick a direction and you march forward, because you trust that the right turns, the right people, the right opportunities will meet you on the road. Faith transforms what others call risk into a simple matter of time. It makes uncertainty a non-issue, because the person who moves in faith does not require guarantees from the outside world. They have already guaranteed the result within themselves. Every second you hesitate, every moment you doubt, the fire of action cools. Faith keeps that fire blazing. It pushes you forward even when the climb is steep, even when the nights are long and the rewards are invisible. It is not stubbornness, it is divine conviction. It is the deep inner knowing that effort powered by belief must eventually succeed. It is the unwavering voice inside you that whispers, keep moving, keep working, keep believing, even when the outer world seems silent and still. You must understand that faith is not just something you have, it is something you do. Faith demands action as its natural expression. It demands that you step forward when others step back. It demands that you invest time, effort, and energy even when the return is not immediate. Faith requires you to bet on yourself, to throw your whole heart into your mission without the faintest thought of retreat. It is a contract you sign with destiny, sealed not by words but by movement. So act boldly, act quickly, act with the full force of your being behind every decision. Let your faith be visible in your hustle, in your relentless pursuit, in your refusal to be denied. Those who act in faith move mountains while others are still waiting for permission to believe. Those who act in faith rewrite the rules, redraw the maps, and leave their mark on history. Move as if you cannot lose. Work as if the victory is already written. And remember, faith without action is a dream. Faith with action is destiny in motion. Obstacles are illusions, cleverly disguised to test the strength of your will. They are not real barriers. They are mirrors reflecting the fears and doubts you carry within. What appears to be a wall is often nothing more than a shadow cast by your own hesitation. When you believe that everything is working for your good, you begin to see obstacles not as threats, but as invitations. Invitations to rise higher, to think sharper, to move with greater precision and power. The man who accepts obstacles as reality is defeated before the battle even begins. But the one who sees them for what they truly are, temporary, shallow tests, moves through them with the force of a river carving through stone. An obstacle only has the power you grant it. A problem only has weight when you bow your head to it. When you refuse to see obstacles as permanent, when you refuse to see them as bigger than you, they begin to shrink. They dissolve under the weight of your persistence. They evaporate in the heat of your belief. Life will always present difficulties, but life bends to the individual who laughs at difficulties, who charges forward when common sense says retreat. Challenges are necessary, but they are not meant to break you. They are meant to reveal you, to show you in the world the strength that lies dormant within you. Too many people see an obstacle and stop. They pause, they doubt, they second-guess their purpose. But you, if you are wise, will see an obstacle and speed up. You will recognize that every challenge is a disguised opportunity. Behind every difficulty is a treasure that only the bold can claim. Obstacles are illusions because they cannot stop you unless you accept them as immovable. They cannot defeat you unless you agree to be defeated. They are paper tigers, roaring loudly but powerless against the fire of a determined spirit. When you act as if success is inevitable, obstacles lose their sting. They become part of the game, not the end of it. Every so-called setback is simply a lesson sharpening your blade. Every rejection is preparing you for the right door to open. Every delay is setting the stage for a greater victory. When you believe that everything is unfolding for your benefit, even the darkest nights become stepping stones. Even betrayal becomes redirection. Even loss becomes the soil where future gains will grow. You must train yourself to greet obstacles with a grin, to welcome adversity as proof that you are on the right path. You are not fragile. You are not made of glass. You are forged from the same material as the stars themselves. If you remember this, if you hold it in your heart and mind at all times, then no illusion, no so-called obstacle will ever turn you from your purpose. You will encounter barriers. You will meet resistance. But know this, the greater the goal, the greater the tests. The universe does not hand over its prizes cheaply. It demands demonstration of your will. It demands proof of your persistence. It demands that you walk through the storm without flinching. And when you do, you emerge not just successful, but unstoppable. Every illusion that once looked like an obstacle will become part of your legend. Every mountain that seemed too high will look like a pebble when viewed from the summit you conquer. So do not fear obstacles. Do not worship them. Do not waste time complaining about them. See them for what they are, illusions designed to test your resolve. And when you meet them head on, with courage, with faith, and with unbreakable action, you will find that the path clears, because it was never truly blocked to begin with. Opportunities are not accidents. They are not products of luck or random chance. They are magnets drawn to the mind that expects them, welcomes them, and prepares for them. The individual who acts as if success is certain carries a force, an energy, a vibration that cannot be ignored. It is impossible for someone who radiates confidence, vision, and relentless belief to move through the world unnoticed. Opportunities, people, ideas, doors, resources are drawn to such a person as surely as rivers are drawn to the ocean. This is not fantasy. It is the unseen law of life itself. What you project outward is what you summon inward. When you move through life with the expectation that everything works out for you, you do not sit back and wait, you act, you speak, you create, you serve, you build, and in doing so you create a gravitational pull. The right people find you because they are looking for the energy you are giving off. The right doors open because you knock with the certainty that someone will answer. The right ideas spark because your mind is tuned to receive them. Opportunities do not pass by the prepared and the persistent. They align themselves with those who have already made the decision to win, long before the evidence shows up. Most people live closed off, fearful, suspicious of good fortune. They reject possibilities before they even arise, doubting that they are worthy or capable. And so, opportunity sees a locked door and passes by. But when you live in a state of expectation, when you walk as if the world is conspiring in your favor, you signal to life itself that you are ready, willing, and able to receive what is yours. Your readiness accelerates your destiny. Your faith accelerates your rewards. Every word you speak, every thought you think, every action you take broadcasts your inner beliefs to the world around you. A mind clouded by doubt repels success. A heart charged with faith attracts miracles. When you move with confidence, people trust you. When you speak with belief, people listen. When you act with persistence, life takes notice and begins to rearrange itself to match your energy. You must understand opportunity is not a single event. It is not a lottery ticket. It is a continuous stream flowing endlessly through life, visible only to those with eyes to see it. Opportunity dresses itself in work, in challenges, in uncertainty, and it tests whether you are truly ready. It shows up disguised as a task that others avoid. It appears in conversations others overlook. It emerges in risks others are too afraid to take. And when you seize these hidden moments with faith and bold action, you multiply your fortune beyond what careful planning alone could ever achieve. The truth is simple and powerful. You do not chase opportunity. You attract it. You magnetize it through your beliefs, your attitude, and your disciplined action. When you move as if the best is inevitable, the best has no choice but to move toward you. Your certainty becomes a beacon. Your energy becomes a signal. Your expectation becomes your invitation to greatness. So lift your head, strengthen your spirit, move as if destiny itself has already declared you victorious. Know that every step you take in faith sends out a call into the world. I am ready. I am willing. I am capable. And the world, unable to resist such a call, will answer with opportunities you could not have dreamed possible. Persistence is not something you are born with. It is something you claim when your belief in the outcome is greater than your fear of the struggle. When you act as if everything always works out, persistence is no longer a chore. It is a natural way of being. You do not need to force yourself to continue. You do not need endless motivation tricks or desperate pleas for inspiration. Persistence flows from you because your mind has already decided that success is inevitable. You move forward not because you are blindly stubborn, but because you know there is no other choice. You know that every step, no matter how small or painful, is carrying you closer to the victory that already exists in your mind. When you are fueled by certainty, temporary defeats do not discourage you. They are mere events, passing moments that test your seriousness, not your ability. They are conditions, not conclusions. You understand that every great achievement has been built not on flashes of brilliance alone, but on an iron commitment to keep going long after others have quit. Persistence becomes as natural as breathing because you are no longer negotiating with yourself. You are no longer entertaining the possibility of failure. Failure is not final because you refuse to stop moving. You are a force in motion, and forces in motion create new realities. The average person struggles with persistence because they base their effort on emotion. If they feel good, they move forward. If they feel tired, they stop. But you who know that everything works out, you move whether you feel like it or not. Your feelings do not command you. Your mission commands you. Your vision drives you. Your decision to succeed is non-negotiable. And so persistence is not a question, it is an assumption. You will persist because that is who you have decided to be. When persistence becomes natural, setbacks lose their power. Criticism becomes meaningless. Distractions are brushed aside like dust. Your entire being is locked in on the outcome. You are like a river cutting through a mountain, not because of overwhelming force at any one moment, but because of steady, relentless, unbreakable movement over time. You understand that greatness is not seized in a single day, but earned through the accumulation of thousands of days where you did not quit. Each time you persist in the face of difficulty, you are forging a mind that is undefeatable. You are strengthening muscles of willpower that others have never even developed. You are transforming yourself into the kind of person who is not just deserving of success, but inevitable in achieving it. Persistence becomes natural because it is the only response you recognize when faced with resistance. You do not retreat. You do not surrender. You adapt. You adjust, but you never stop moving. When you believe that everything always works out, you stop asking, will it happen? And start asking, how quickly will it happen? You move with urgency, but you are patient with the process. You understand that time is an ally to the persistent, not an enemy. Every moment you endure, every obstacle you overcome, every day you show up regardless of feelings. You are stacking the odds further in your favor. Persistence is the outward expression of inner certainty. It is the daily disciplined proof of your belief. And when persistence becomes natural, when it becomes your second nature, success is no longer a distant hope. It is an approaching reality, one that grows clearer, closer, and more inevitable with every action you take. You shape your destiny with every thought you allow, every word you speak, and every action you take. Destiny is not written by unseen hands beyond your control. It is forged moment by the force of your decisions. When you act as if everything always works out, you take the pen of fate from the trembling hands of chance and place it firmly in your own. You become the author, not the character. You become the architect, not the tenant. You do not wait for life to hand you purpose. You declare it, you seize it, you carve it into reality with unwavering will. Most people drift through life as passengers, buffeted by circumstances, surrendering their dreams at the first sign of difficulty. They believe destiny is something that happens to them. But the truth is unrelenting. Destiny is something you create. It is molded by your vision, hardened by your persistence, and completed by your relentless faith. You are the sculptor of your life. You are the fire that tempers your own soul into steel. And if you dare to act, if you dare to believe, there is no power in heaven or on earth that can deny you the life you demand. Your mind is the workshop where your destiny is built. The images you hold there, the beliefs you feed there, the commands you issue there, all of them pour into the reality you experience. If you think small, you live small. If you think fear, you live fear. But if you think greatness, if you envision victory, if you expect triumph with every fiber of your being, then you bend the world to fit that image. The conditions of your life may not change overnight, but make no mistake, the world moves for the one who moves first in spirit and second in action. Every choice you make either builds your destiny or surrenders it. Every day you either reinforce the life you desire or postpone it. The clock is ticking whether you act or not. The tides of time are moving whether you ride them or sink beneath them. And the one who shapes their destiny is the one who acts now with courage, with clarity, with conviction. No excuses, no apologies, no delays. The tools are already in your hands. Belief, imagination, persistence, and the sacred fire of decision. Your life is your responsibility, and your destiny is the masterpiece waiting to be revealed by your daily work. Understand this: the universe does not reward intention alone. It rewards intention made manifest through action. It does not reward dreams kept hidden in the mind. It rewards dreams dragged into the light through relentless effort. It does not reward half-hearted wishes. It rewards those who burn with purpose so fiercely that the world has no choice but to yield to their fire. You shape your destiny not once in a grand gesture, but 1,000 times in the small, unseen battles you fight within yourself. The decision to persist when quitting would be easier, the refusal to settle when compromise would be more comfortable, the choice to believe when doubt would be more popular. The reality you live tomorrow is planted in the thoughts and actions you cultivate today. Your future is not waiting for you. It is responding to you. It listens to your voice. It feels your energy. It follows your command. You are not powerless. You are not at the mercy of fate. You are a creator, a builder, a force of nature equipped with the power to write your own story. But you must choose to act. You must choose to believe. You must choose to shape your destiny with intention so pure and commitment so absolute that nothing can stand against you. When you understand this truth, when you live it down to your very bones, the world opens before you. Life ceases to be a series of random events and becomes a canvas waiting for your masterpiece. Shape your destiny with faith. Shape it with action. Shape it with every thought, every breath, every heartbeat. And know that destiny is not something you find. It is something you become. So now you see the truth laid bare before you. That belief precedes reality. That faith drives action. That obstacles are nothing but illusions. That opportunities are not chased but attracted. That persistence becomes as natural as breathing when your spirit is on fire, and that you, and only you, shape your destiny. Life is not waiting to bless the hesitant. It is ready to crown the bold, the believer, the one who moves with unwavering certainty that everything always works out. If you dare to live this way, if you dare to think, speak, and act from the unshakable knowledge that the universe bends in favor of your desires, you will find doors opening where once there were walls. You will see paths emerge where others see dead ends. You will watch yourself rise while others stand frozen, still waiting for permission to move. The choice is yours and yours alone. You can live cautiously, doubting, hesitating, forever wondering why your life remains small. Or you can step into the arena, armed with faith, blazing with vision, and unbreakable in your pursuit. You can become the unstoppable force that destiny itself cannot deny. Act as if everything always works out, and it will. Believe as if the unseen is already yours, and it will appear. Persist as if victory is inevitable, and it will be delivered. Today is your turning point. This moment right now is the birthplace of the life you have always imagined. Move with faith. Move with fire. Move with the certainty that you are the master builder of your fate, for the truth is eternal and unchanging. You are the architect of your destiny, and your masterpiece awaits.